Continuing the discussion from the CDC's advice on staying informed. So some of the final points that they make are that you should always check your sources and turn to reliable sources of information like your local government authorities. So always check your sources, meaning that everything has a source. Now, the tricky thing is that sources are often invisible, right? So you actually have to do a little bit of digging, but nothing comes from nowhere and nothing doesn't have an intention, right? So there is some intention behind every piece of news or content or whatever that's produced. It came from somewhere, but the intention is important to discern, and the source is important to discern. It's important to discern the source because the source and the intention are tied together. If you know the source, you might be able to guess at their intention. And so it's good to sort of think about what are the sources, what are the motivations, because literally there are sources of misinformation, and there have always been sources of misinformation. Beautiful flowers that are actually poisonous. It's a source of misinformation in nature. A bug that is camouflaged with a rock and just looks like the rock. It's a source of misinformation designed to get you to not be able to find that bug and eat the bug, or if you're a frog or whatever. So misinformation is as old as information. And deliberately creating misinformation may be roughly as old as deliberately creating information. People might camouflage their real intentions. And so from the time I was little, I've had a deep, deep, deep hatred of marketing, a disdain for marketing. Incredible irony that I now work with a title that involves marketing, which I think of as storytelling, but I had a disdain for marketing because I felt like marketers were deceiving people. They were misleading. They were saying, oh, you'll be so happy if you go on this vacation, but actually they just wanted your money, right? The vacation, they want to give you as little vacation as they possibly can for as much money as they possibly can. That's their motivation. If you impute, greed on those people, which is some degree of greed undoubtedly present, don't be fooled by that. And so my motto, or almost mantra for myself, was don't be fooled by advertising, don't look at advertising. So if building that mental awareness, oh, this is an ad, don't look. I skip the ads on TV. I don't listen to TV or radio like normal broadcast TV because they have ads. I don't want to see a single advertisement. So, sorry, all you advertisers out there. The point is, if you suspect that someone's motivation is not actually in your best interest, then, either don't get the information that they're offering or distance yourself and so forth. But one of the points that they draw is always check your sources and turn to reliable sources of information like your local government authorities. It's interesting they say local government authorities, right? The federal government has a lot more resources and knowledge about this disease and the outbreak and so forth than my local government does, that my local government may have a very limited number of infectious disease experts. So why local government? But I feel like some part of what they're pointing to is that on a local government level, you have the opportunity to meet humans, right? You can actually see a police commissioner out giving a speech. You can see them on, TV, and oh, I recognize that building. I've been there. You see them on the street, So local officials, you can actually write an email to. They might respond because you're in their district. You can talk to these people. You can see these people. You know that they're humans. And yes, they're part of an administration of some kind, right? But they're human beings, right? And then if you can engage with a human being, you can use your all the incredible intuitive mechanisms we have to assess truth or falsehood, right? To check by the way somebody's face twitches, Are they telling me the truth? Do they really have my best interest in mind? Are they sincere? Are they humble? Are they like me? And you'll find that they are, right? I don't work in public government, but I I know that the people who work in government are humans, right? They're humans. They go to work, they try to do a good job, they go home, they have families. They're not trying to control the world's population, again, trying to dissuade people if they have any paranoia or whatever. But um, everybody has biases, right? So you will find biases in whoever you turn to. But um, if you look at local authorities, they're real people, right? And they may coordinate with state or federal authorities, but they coordinate with them as people, right? And they're people who know each other. There is, in fact, a network of trust. There's a network of trust that goes from the federal government to the state government, county government, local government, and so forth. A network of communication and collaboration where good people, real people who have our best interests in mind are actively working incredibly hard, right? So turn to these official news sources. Ask your local government what to do, what not to do, um, and yeah, and you'll find then that can help to alleviate a lot of false panic, and maybe dissuade you of the idea that you need to be hoarding toilet paper.